All right, hello. We're looking at their games from last week. Futsal games from last Saturday. First match, really good. I think the final score was 7-4. The first half was excellent. Don't think or I think it was 7-0 after the first half. Second half, let them get back into it. But let's take a look at a few of the positives from the first game. Important to when you have positives, celebrate them. Reflect on what went well, what worked, and then a lot of what we'll go over in the second game of reflect on some things that we could do better at, and important to go both ways, and when you're reflecting on positive outcomes or things you need to work on. So first one here is we have an assist here from Matt. Good free kick. Goalkeeper can't handle it. Excellent job by Jackson fighting in there to win that ball versus two of their players. Here we have Frankie winning it high. Good defense leads to good offense there. We have a pass here from Gavin Zortz. Another good goal there. And then Gavin Biceni here. He's going to find Jackson unmarked. Looks like they're a little confused on a substitution. We take advantage of it. All right, so all good stuff there. Here, still in the same game. Real impressive play here. Matt penetrating pass is just perfect. Perfect accuracy, perfect speed, and that's what we call a penetrating pass. A pass that is usually longer and leads to a goal scoring opportunity. Right? We talk about sometimes possession with purpose. If you have possession and you don't have any, passes like this that lead to a goal scoring opportunity, if you're not creating dangerous opportunities, things like that, then possession is essentially meaningless. So that's why I want us to play. In general, our general theme is, we want to have possession, but we want to have possession with purpose. So when that forward opportunity arises, we want to take it, and really good opportunity there. All right. Big thing in this game was we started out as a 2-2, and so there we are in 2-2. Matt and Gavin in the back. They were in a 1-2-1 or a 3-1. They were in a diamond. All right, so they were at least pushing three players up in the attacking zone. And what that meant is if nobody got back, then it was just a 3v2 by default. And look at that again. And that obviously put us in an outnumbered situation. So there we see, whichever way you look at it, this player could have engaged Gavin and slipped it off here for a better scoring opportunity. But they were basically able to tee off on us because of this. All right, here's a good attack. Starts out from Matt. This is still early in the game where I think it's 0-0, maybe 1-0 them. And a good opportunity for us to get back in it. We're still much in at this point. Really impressive combo here, right? Peter and Jackson. And then, this is a great look that, 9 out of 10 times Peter probably finishes, but, need to take better chance of those chances. This next one is about the goalkeeper. I think we're aware the goalkeeper has 4 seconds in futsal to get rid of the ball. That's whether it's off a goal throw-in or if their own team passes it back to them in this case. So they're on a 4-second time limit. If they don't do that, it's an indirect free kick for the other team. So here, I spoke about this last week too, the pressing player. I'd like them to be more aware of kind of trying to predict on where this goalkeeper might go with the ball. It's in this situation, Peter can cover this player by getting in the passing lane, and press the goalkeeper at the same time. And think about that, the 4-second time limit really helps our case here, because even though it will take Peter a little longer than making a bending run here rather than a straight, he's only got 4 seconds to get rid of the ball. So he's going to be pressured into sending this ball away. It looks like we're in pretty good spots here with Gavin and Matt to make an interception if he does go to one of those. So, but here instead, we're going to just make a straight run, and this is a really, so I'd rather Peter be right here, get in the way. This is too easy, and now they're off on the attack here. And you know, I was yelling out here. I thought Peter would be able to catch this player here, so I was yelling out to Matt, stay disciplined, and hold your mark. And you know, that's not what happened. Peter isn't able to catch him there, and what that then does is this player does it. You know, he's very wide, so Matt's out wide. In this scenario, how I was reading this play, since it didn't turn out the way I saw, it would have been better for Matt to delay and slow this player down with the ball until Peter's able to get back and create numbers, because you look, they have all four getting in the attack. And, you know, that's on me. I just didn't read it right. And it's going to create a goal for them. All right. Here we have another chance that we don't take advantage of. Good defense by Matt. If I'm him there, I probably want you, Matt, to take this yourself and just accelerate through. You have nothing but space in front of you, and you know, Jackson's right next to you. This is just too easy for this player to catch up. So excellent defense, Matt. Keep this one yourself, and you know, just take it out yourself and finish this goal here, because now by the time he gets it, you know, the defense is already caught up. Here's another reason why we had to switch from a 2-2 to a 3-2, or to a 1-2-1. We went to the diamond. So here it was just more the adjustments we have to make in game. It was more confusing to stay in a 2-2 versus if we would have matched what they were playing. Because here we have a wide open player, Matt and Gavin are both back, but they have three people on attack, so you have to determine live who's going to track back. And we didn't recognize it there. Leads to a good chance for them. Here is Colby bailing us out there with the kick save. This one, we have to track. This happened a couple times. This runner here feeds the striker. There's a great hold-up play here from this player on the white team. This player, he's moving here. He passes and moves. We have to stick with him the whole way. Even if we're the striker, we can't just let him go by. We have to track him. So now get sucked into the ball here. That leaves this player over here. So this is the thing. As I talk about disciplined defense, and we're playing man-on-man defense. And, you know, whether you come in and help, there's not a exact answer on that. It's really based on what the threat they are to the next play. And here, Frankie, you got to hold your mark, because this is what they want. Now they got two on the ball, and this player could go here, he could go here. He's got multiple options, because we just don't stick with our player. Now, again, they created a 3v2 here, and we're outnumbered, and you know, good job by them pushing it up fast and player movement. Here's another one. They're going to do it again. It's the same mistake by us. This runner here, look, pressure player, Frankie's in there. All right, you didn't win it. Now he needs to get back. It's okay to make a mistake. It's about how you react. and we have to react and transition back the other way. That's not what happens. And now look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4 against 3. And when you have a numerical advantage like they do, it's important for them to push it as fast as they can, because Frankie's trying to get back. They want to get a shot on goal before Frankie gets back, because odds are, if he gets back, then they don't have the 4v3 anymore, right? So good job by them, good execution, all right. But again, it was our own error that caused it. Here, talking off the kickoff, I didn't see this at all in off the kickoff, and sometimes we get a little bit confused what to do. I drew the lines on this side because it's hard to see the camera on the right side of the court, but this is something we worked on a couple weeks ago in training for both practices, and I want to see. It seems just we lack ideas off the kickoff or off the goal kicks, and there's basically 4 choices. If we go back to the center mid here, which is Matt in this case, if he can find a way to get the ball to Peter, that's number 1. That would be your first choice. Number 2 would be probably to play one of these wing players, or if he has wide open space with if both these wing players are wide, that creates good space for Matt to take on his player 1v1 as well. But either that or playing to one of these wing players and then Matt moving over, he can either set a screen. I didn't see us set one screen in that last game, or he can make like an overlapping run with Mason, and Matt would want to pass over here and then communicate overlap and make the overlapping run, or he'd want to run underneath here and set a screen. Those are the 2 main patterns that we're sitting with at the same time. Like in this case, what I would do if I were Matt, I would go back up here again. Because the pass is over here to the right, it's easier. You can't see where I see Jackson here. You can't see, there he is. But if Jackson makes a run right before this where he checks up, makes this runner go this way, and then checks back, and now we have this same thing down this way, where we go to Jackson, Matt could overlap, come here, set a screen on this kid. And then it's important for Mason here to rotate, because if we do make an error here, we need somebody back to defend. All right, so a little more on that in a second. Another thing here, sometimes out of the build out here, if you look, we're kind of, again, we should be in a 1-2-1, and we're in a 2-2. So that wasn't the plan. The problem with this is here, we go here, Matt's pinned in the corner. This defender, he's got exactly what we want, shrunken field. The only option that Matt really had, if he goes here, it's going to be picked off. Can't go back to the goalie, can't pass back to him. So the only option he has is Jackson, who's up the wing here on the right side. You can't see. So if that's covered, there's nowhere to go. So we want to we'll work on that pregame, kind of how we want to get set up. But we want to have the center mid about right where this top of this yellow line here is. The wings up a little higher, almost by midcourt, and the striker up higher. And then, in this space, if they have one of these players on them, Matt can make movements around here, but we'd prefer not to get stuck in the corner. But all right, let's go to a couple clips here. So screens. Let's see in this clip here. It looks like this is somewhere in Asia or something, but look, they're setting screens. There's one there. And then watch here. These are actually on-ball screens. But look here, it's this. It's going to screen. He's going to roll. All right, so it is part of the game. All right, and the other factor here, I don't know where this is, somewhere apparently in somewhere in Hungary or somewhere. I've never been there. This looks like a cool arena. And what I want you to notice here is the rotation. So let's go back. Let's go back a little bit here. So we have them with the attack here. 11. See, he passes and moves inwards. He was the center mid. Now 9 is going to shift over to the middle, just in case this team here, the dark black team, loses the ball. Now they have someone defending. Right? This is a big part here. 9 is going to go in. He passes, he moves. This person rotates back to the middle. That way, if black does lose the ball and green's coming, we have somebody here who can delay the counterattack, right? Your positions, if you want to play futsal at a high level or even real soccer, which I'll show in something else, positions are just the starting point. They're not final, they're evolving. One player's a center mid, he goes in, and then the next minute he's playing striker. And then we're right, you're saying, well, that's futsal, it's more sided. It's the same thing in the modern bigger game here. You're going to see McKenny over here, who's number 22. This is game versus them versus Cremonese. Look here, McKenny, Weston McKenny's playing right wing back, and you're going to see where he is in this play. What Juventus does is defensively, they line up like this, and then attacking-wise, McKenny jumps even with David here. Yildiz comes a lot even with David, so it becomes, Cambiasso comes even with David. McKenny comes up with David, and then you have 4 players in the middle here. So it's a 3-4-2-1 on defense, and then basically a 3-4-3 when they're in attacking end. So it's evolving. Things change. You see it on this play. Here, we'll see if this lets me show this, or if I have to cut it out. Let's hope it lets me show it. But you're going to see McKenny here make a
palla facilmente gestita da noi, imbucata.
And he actually winds up being the highest player here. So I want to see if they show us a different view here from the starting point. Not this view, the next one should be coming up. This view here. So I'm going to go back. So McKenny, he's running over from here like I was talking about. He's going to make a diagonal run. That's why diagonal runs from another point is they're hard to defend, because look, this defender here, he's marking McKenny. And David, the actual striker here, he's going to run the other way. And they're just going to cross. So now what's happened is this defender here needs to pick up McKenny. He doesn't see him. McKenny runs in the back. But the point is McKenny's now the striker, and he was the right wing back, right? So it's just an example of why I'm talking about. If you want to play the best attacking, soccer possible, it's a lot of switching positions, and that's part of what futsal does too. It helps us learn that aspect of it. All right, that's all for today. See everybody. See a lot of you tomorrow at the futsal match. See you.